This video is about to what extent someone can be saved based on their relation with someone else that is closer to God or that is also close to God. Like to what extent, how much like someone being like important to someone else can has like effect on someone else's judgment, something like that. So it's like what I'm trying to say is like, for example, in the story of Job, God tell his friends to ask him to pray for them or ask forgiveness for them and only then like he would forgive them, for example. And there is also in the story of Noah, and then he's like his family comes with him on the ark, right? So it's like they get saved because they came with him on the ark. And in story of Lot, like the angel tells him to, if he has anyone in the city in Sodom, to tell them like that the city is gonna get wiped out, so like that they need to get out of there. And his two daughters and his wife come with him. His daughters, like fiancés or something like that, don't listen and think he's joking or something, or think he's being ridiculous or something, and they don't come. And then they get wiped out with the city. But his which also shows you that it's not enough just to be related to someone. You need to also like kind of understand that that person is like, I suppose, someone you need to be listening to about in the context of God and things like that. But like his daughters come with him, and his wife dies because she cared too much about the place. But like she got almost saved like this. In the case of Noach, all his family is saved. And then like these stories kind of come back in this kind of context. In Ezekiel 18 is a chapter that kind of talks about this, to about like he give example of father and son, of son and son, like that, like in the context of that each one would be punished for his own sins. He won't be like saved because of his father, but like he gives their extreme examples that I think his point is that each one would be punished for his own sin. And if it's like bad enough, then like in the case of like in some of the cases, like I showed example, some people died. Like he said, he says if there is like a place that he's gonna decides to wipe out, then even if Noach and Job and Daniel ask like pray for them, ask for them to be spared or something, it will not help them. And I think that is kind of a reference to the fact that like Noach and Job is kind of example of some people that he like is especially like as if like you would think might save someone because they did save some people when everybody else was like, at least in the case of Noach, everybody else was like flooded. And in the case of Job, like he like kind of saved his friends or something like that. And then it's like So, but it does show you that chapter of Ezekiel 18 that it has some limits, like in the case of Lot's wife that died and his son-in-laws. It kind of has some limits, like someone can't be saved only thanks to relation to someone else that cares about him. It needs to be, there is, like, if God is enough against someone, then it won't help them, it won't save them, that someone that is like he cares about wants them to be saved. And then there is like in Matthew 25, Jesus says, like, about the entire judgment in general. He says that it would be like he gives some examples, and he says, like, whatever you did to the least of these brothers and sisters of mine, it's like you did to me. And then enter into the inheritance prepared before the beginning of the world. And then he says it negatively, like what you didn't do for them, for the ones that are judged like badly, and then they are like they go to hell. And then it's like I mean, I think hell means that they would be eliminated, but anyway, then it's like it's like he says that it's the judgment is like his brothers and sisters. He says in another places, whoever does the will of my Father in heaven, that is my brother and sister and mother. And he says, and then it's like, so it's like he's, according to this, like, whatever you did to someone that is um, the anyone that is like kind of does the will of God, is like you did, is gonna be the judgment day, like you did it to, kind of like you did it to God, basically, kind of. And then like, I think he speaks in the name of God in this case. And then it's like in general he speaks in the name of God, but like I think in this case it's like meant to be seen the same as, like, if God said it, like, no matter how you look at it, in the end it's the same result, like it is if so anyway, then it's like so that shows you there is something with, like, some kind of a relation to other people affecting your judgment, and that are important to God. And then, but there it has some limitations, like if God is really can't stand someone, is really like says this person is crosses my red lines on a level I can tolerate, then it's like that won't save him. But it could save someone that is not, doesn't like cross all the red lines, let's say. And by the way, that chapter, that paragraph in Matthew 25 is kind of quoting Ezekiel 34. And Ezekiel 34 is prophesying that Jesus would be, or Yeshua would be, the shepherd over those sheep that represent, or flock that represents God, like the people that God would save, something like this. So it's like, but that's not really related to this subject. But like, by the way, since I'm talking about that paragraph, it's kind of interesting detail. Yeah, okay, that's it.